The Zephyrian High Council had dismissed the reports as folklore. Across 17 star systems, spacers told tales of a ghost ship, a massive human vessel that appeared from nowhere, struck without warning, and vanished like smoke. Admiral Vex had scoffed at such superstitions. Humans were a young species, barely capable of crude FTL travel. Their largest warships were primitive constructs compared to Zephyrian battlecruisers. That arrogance would prove costly. Captain Marcus Riley stood on the bridge of the Avalanche, humanity's most classified project. The ship existed in no official records, built in the shadow of a dead moon, using resources diverted from a dozen military contracts. Only a handful of Earth's highest officials knew of its existence, and fewer still understood its true purpose. "Contact bearing 27 Mark IV," announced Lieutenant Torres from the sensor station. "Zephyrian Armada, 112 vessels strong." Riley studied the tactical display. The enemy fleet moved in perfect formation through the Kepler Junction, the vital hyperspace corridor connecting human space to 3 allied systems. If the Zephyrians seized control here, they would cut humanity's lifeline to its newfangled coalition partners. "Sir," Torres continued, her voice tight with concern, "they're broadcasting surrender demands to all human settlements in the system." The admiral commanding that armada, Riley knew, was the same Vex who had glassed 2 human colonies last month, leaving nothing but radioactive craters where millions had lived. The Zephyrian military doctrine was simple: crush resistance through overwhelming force and systematic extermination. "All stations battle ready," Riley commanded. "Initiate Project Phantom." Throughout the Avalanche, systems hummed to life that no other species had ever conceived. Human ingenuity had taken an entirely different path from there. Galactic neighbors, where aliens had perfected energy shields and plasma cannons, humans had mastered something far more insidious: deception. The ship's revolutionary cloaking system didn't just bend light. It manipulated space-time itself, creating a localized distortion that made the Avalanche exist slightly outside normal reality. To sensors, it was a phantom. To the naked eye, it was a ripple in starlight. "Phantom drive engaged," reported Chief Engineer Brooks. "We are now officially not here, Captain." Riley allowed himself a thin smile. The Avalanche was humanity's answer to superior alien technology. They couldn't match Zephyrian firepower ship for ship, so they had built something that didn't need to fight fair. "Take us into the formation's heart," Riley ordered. "Target their command ship." The Avalanche drifted like a ghost through the enemy fleet. Zephyrian sensors swept past them, detecting nothing. Their massive ship moved between the alien vessels with impunity, a predator stalking among its prey. "Range to target, 5,000 kilometers and closing," Torres announced. Admiral Vextar's flagship, the World Breaker, was a monster of a ship, 3 kilometers of armored death designed to crack planets. It had never faced an enemy it couldn't see. "All weapons, fire," Riley commanded quietly. The Avalanche dropped its cloak for precisely 2.3 seconds. In that instant, every weapon system aboard unleashed hell. Kinetic accelerators fired tungsten rods at relativistic speeds. Fusion torpedoes launched in coordinated spreads. Particle beams carved through space with surgical precision. The World Breaker simply vanished in a brilliant flash of nuclear fire. Before the Zephyrian fleet could even process what had happened, the Avalanche was gone again, repositioning for its next strike. Panic rippled through their communications as ships frantically scanned for an enemy that existed only in the moment of attack. "Sir, they're trying to retreat," Torres reported as the ghost ship materialized behind another cruiser. "Too late for that," Riley replied coldly. For the next 2 hours, the Avalanche moved through the Armada like death itself. Ships exploded without warning. Commanders screamed orders at an enemy they couldn't find. The perfect Zephyrian formation dissolved into chaos as vessels fled in all directions. When it was over, only 17 ships remained of the mighty Armada, those few lucky enough to reach hyperspace before the Phantom caught them. The rest floated as debris in the void, testament to humanity's capacity for creative destruction. Later, in Zephyrian space, survivors would speak in hushed whispers of a ghost ship that had butchered their fleet. The High Council would dismiss their reports as trauma-induced fantasy. They would learn better soon enough. The Avalanche was already hunting its next target, and humanity was just getting started.